The world we live in is full of seemingly boring things and insignificant elements that we often take for granted. I walk past the same old trees and sets of houses every day, but only a couple months ago did I really begin to notice them and find them noteworthy. Every place is brimming with beauty, and it's only after looking beyond the concrete that we see the flowers that spring from its cracks. Where I live is a little dirty and a little unremarkable, but I've come to love its insipidity. And as I spent more time with my neighborhood, I found that its dullness is somehow surprisingly beautiful. And I know not everyone sees it this way, because often the only things written in history are outstanding or tragic. No one wants to know about the everyday boringness, the time between events, but that's exactly what it means to live. It's doing the tedious routines, even when they're not interesting.
It's the sad way that you call my name. When your eyes meet mine, I know I'll probably make a face to you.
I've gone from place to place, barely taking a breath, and when I do that, I burn out. We don't give ourselves time to think about what just happened before jumping into what's next. Sometimes I use distractions as a form of escapism, constantly chasing the next happy thing, trying to neutralize my overall sad mood. I lived for the highs, and I crashed hard in the lows, and it got really exhausting. Since turning 17, I realized how draining the up and down cycle is. I needed stillness, I needed time to reflect. And it's only in that quiet tone of life that I finally found solace. I learned I enjoyed the silence, more than the high volume intensity I had been blasting through my whole life.
You could see it too. You do. I'm a coward when it comes to you.
Life happens in the in-between moments. The quiet mornings, the empty rooms, the steaming pots of coffee, and the hours wasted away just staring at the ceiling. We don't take enough time to appreciate those moments, to let them steal us away, to let the silence fill the air before schedules and deadlines clog it up. It's sad, but I think we forget that downtime is okay. We should be allowed to step away and appreciate the small miracles that are often overlooked.
To criticize, I choose to ignore. All of it, and instead I think of you some more. 'Cause I
People tend to shy away from those awkward pauses that often happen in conversations, the kind that happen after a thought ends, where you and the other person have nothing else to say. I used to try to force something out, to keep the words flowing and fill the space, but I think to grow means to accept that silence is okay. If anything, it's necessary. What's a beautiful classical piece without its rests? To stammer through each and every note would mean that the whole composition sounds chaotic. As in life, pauses are important. They give us room to process. And when you're with someone, it's in those quiet moments where you can really see how comfortable you are together. I once heard a quote that says, "No words are necessary for love, nor are words enough." I didn't accept the truth of this at first, but I found that it's in those silent moments where love is felt most deeply.
decided that I would see if you were here with me as often.
When there's nothing else, there's always silence. You don't have to ask for boredom. It always finds you, whether you want it to or not. At the end of a full day, leave it to the empty night to ask you what your deepest fears and longings are. It tugs at your thoughts, and there's no pushing it away. It's raw and it's honest. The undisturbed stillness has a way of bringing the truest parts of you to light. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that being bored or alone is fun, because it's not. The mediocrity of life feels like a drag, and it lasts far longer than you'd expect. but it's all in your perspective. Because even in the unmoving parts of life, the ones where emptiness feels endless, there are still things waiting to be noticed. They teach you to love every moment and every in-between space. Because there's only a limited amount of time given to each of us. And I don't want to reach the end and wish I had learned to enjoy the still wonders. To notice every movement, hear every unspoken word, feel every unseen breeze. To find the beauty in mundanity.